Photographs tell you a story. They leave a lasting imprint on the viewer's mind. Sometimes they shake the public conscience. And now the photograph that you'll be seeing on your screen has triggered a fight in the US over the clampdown on immigrants. It is a disturbing image and a sad story. The story is this: a Salvadoran migrant and his 2-year-old daughter drowned at the US-Mexico border. This family had traveled to El Salvador. They were seeking asylum in Texas when they drowned. The United Nations Refugee Agency has compared this photo to the 2015 image of the Syrian boy who drowned off the Greek island of Kos. Now that's a simplistic assessment because apart from the shocking images, the two incidents have very little in common. It is wrong to compare apples with oranges. It's normal for an incident of this nature to be politicized. The Democratic candidates in America, the candidates for US presidency, slammed Donald Trump over these deaths.
La situación ahora es inaceptable. Este presidente ha atacado, ha demonizado los inmigrantes. Es inaceptable y voy a cambiar este.
We would not turn back Valeria and her father, Oscar. We would accept them into this country and follow our own asylum laws.
Now, Donald Trump has not helped himself at all. The president blamed Democrats for the death of migrants traveling to the US. His contention is simple. Open borders will lead to incidents like this. Put simply, he is saying that the Democrats are blocking his border wall. According to Trump, not having a border wall is adding to the immigration crisis.
They're running through the Rio Grande. It can be a very rough river of sorts. I mean, there are times when going across the Rio Grande is very, very dangerous, depending on the time of year and the conditions and the rapidity of the water. And we know that. And we have many, many guards there. But people go through the guards. If we had the right laws that the Democrats are not letting us have, those people, they wouldn't be coming up. They wouldn't be trying. We're building the wall. It's under construction. A lot of it is under construction. We'll have over 400 miles next year by the end of the year.
Now, we do not intend to restrict our focus on immigration only to the US and Trump and his detractors. This problem is global. According to the United Nations Refugee Agency, there are nearly 71 million immigrants who were forcibly displaced around the world. 71 million. Among them, nearly 26 million people are refugees. The United Nations data says that the bulk of these refugees comes from 3 countries: Syria, Afghanistan and South Sudan. All these 3 countries are war-torn. The issue of illegal immigration from Middle East and Africa has changed the politics of Europe. Several countries have tightened immigration laws. Protectionism is on the rise and right-wing politics is taking center stage in more and more countries. Can benevolence save these countries from the risk of immigration? That's a question for parties like Democrats to answer. Yes, the border wall may not be a solution, but at the same time, countries will have to place curbs on migration levels. The US is the most attractive destination in the American continent. It's the land of opportunities. It has many developed cities with lots of jobs. Obviously, migrants who face political turmoil and economic catastrophe in their home countries will look to move to the US through the porous borders on the southern boundary. But whether you like Trump or not, the US cannot keep taking immigrants indefinitely. It will hurt the opportunities for Native American citizens, and then it will create an issue of resource crunch. From Berlin to Paris to Washington to Texas and Beijing, all major cities in the world face this risk. It's easy to label protectionist leaders for curbing immigration, but there is a reason why people vote for them and back their decisions, because it impacts their lives. The bottom line is this: everyone is numbed and saddened by these images of the death of an immigrant father and his child. But what's the solution for this? To allow immigration without curbs? That doesn't seem like the right answer. To create livelihood opportunities in countries like Salvador, Venezuela and Colombia. And whose responsibility is that? It is the local governments, not the government of the United States. Clearly, the issue of immigration creates more questions than answers. Our assessment is this: that countries facing the problems of immigration and countries from which immigration takes place must sit and frame laws. Blaming Donald Trump is not the solution. It's time immigration was considered a global problem like climate change or fake news. Benevolence or a border wall cannot solve this crisis.